Hi everyone, this is Ramanuj here from 𝗏𝗂𝗀. Thank you for joining me. Just to quickly introduce myself, I'm CEO of 𝗏𝗂𝗀 and IP Leaders and a co-founder. And I do these online sessions every day, almost every day at 9 p.m. I've been doing them since September 2020. And it's great to have all of you. These days I'm talking about technology law as a career. This couple of weeks I've been talking about them. And today I'm going to talk about a very important thing. If you're a law student and you want to build a career in technology law, then how should you prepare for it? How should you go about it? This is what I'm going to talk about. So welcome everyone. I request all of you to introduce yourselves in the chat so that I know who I'm talking to. Hi Akash, how are you doing? What about the rest? Who else is here today? Nikhil, Pradeep, Pranay, Muskan, please introduce yourselves in the chat. Hi Pranay, how are you doing? Introduce yourselves in the chat. Tell me who are you? Where are you logging in from? Are you a lawyer or are you a law student? Are you already exploring technology law? Are you practicing technology law, or maybe you are interning with technology law firms or technology lawyers? Hi Pradeep. So Pradeep, what do you do? Are you a lawyer or law student? Hi Vidhi. Hi Sarthak. Good. So good to know all of you here. This is really awesome. Let's get started with our today's discussion. Let me pull up today's presentation. So this is an interactive session. You can keep sharing your questions in the chat section. There's also a question answer section. There you can keep sharing your questions. You can write your stories, comments, and while I'm doing the presentation, it's not like you have to keep quiet and only listen to me. You can very much participate in the discussion, right? All right, so let's get started. How to prepare as a law student if you want to become a tech lawyer after graduation. Like I keep saying that technology law is probably the most exciting career going forward, because as you know, the technology industry had an unprecedented growth and it is going to grow even much more from here. Technology is not just an industry. Like there are so many industries within technology which are growing like anything at the moment, and there would be fantastic growth going forward, right? So if you, I keep saying that 10 years later everyone will be running after technology law, that you must become a technology lawyer. But people are like this, when right now nobody is, there's no hype about technology law. So people are like, okay, it's good, but I don't know. Nobody is really, there is no competition. If you want to be a technology lawyer today, hardly anybody. So around you, do you see a lot of people excited about doing technology law? Not really, right? But you know that if you look at all the factors, then you can imagine and understand that technology law has a very, very bright future. Yes or no? What do you guys think? What is your opinion on this? Yeah. So it's a great time. This is the right time to learn technology law, simply for this reason. Okay. So what is the biggest mistake that people make when they're studying law? Okay. They focus on everything else, but not on how they are going to land a job. So when you are in college, your teachers will tell you that attend all the classes, that's very important. You have to read case law, that is very important. You have to score high in the exam, that is very important. You have to do mooting, very important. Debating, very important. And what else is important while you are a law student? Many things, right? College fest and everything, right? MUN, what all things are important, they tell you when you are a law student, right? All these things are very important. One thing they don't talk about, or people focus so much on all these things, that one thing they do not focus on is that how they are going to graduate with a job. What you get the impression as a law student is that if you do all these things, then automatically you will get a job, right? You have good marks, you have done internships, then you should, and you have done mooting, then you should automatically get a job, right? By the time you graduate. Yes, no, maybe. What do you guys think about this? Is that how it works? What do you expect? That automatically you will get a job by the time you graduate? Am I saying the wrong thing? So you guys tell me, how are you supposed to get a good job when you graduate? What is the strategy? What do you expect? That automatically? There must be something on your mind, how you're going to get a job, right? What do you have to do in college to get a job? That is the topic of today's session, but in technology law. But what is the general opinion in the market, that what do you have to do in college so that you graduate with a job? Learn while doing internship. Okay, so have you done internships? Did you learn things in your internship? Did people teach you things in your internship? What is your experience? Sarthak, Bidi, people who are watching this on YouTube, what is your opinion on this? What do people have to do in order to get a job when they graduate? Intern with one organization many times to get a PPO. Okay, that is still a decent advice, I would say. But what else? Sell oneself. How do you sell yourself? Hopefully. Nilesh is saying hopefully. Okay. So actually, if you realize that people do not really focus on how they are going to get a job, if you focus on how to get a job, then you will have a clear, you really will focus on finding a strategy. Okay, what is the strategy that will really work for me to get a job by the time I graduate? Yeah, but people really don't focus on it. They focus on what is in front of them, and there in front of them are a lot of distractions. So recently one law aspirant messaged me, okay, and I want you to give her advice. I'll tell you her question. She asked me, should I join DU or should I join Benares Hindu University? I got through both law schools. Okay, now how will you answer this question? What would be what would be the basis of your answer? How can you answer such a question? So I asked her that, what do you want to do? By the time you graduate, you want a job, right? Or something else? Okay. So how will you answer this question? Tell me. Should I join BHU or DU? What is your advice? Ashutosh, what do you think? How will you advise the student? Saloni, how will you advise the student? Abhishek? Okay. Should I join DU or BHU for law? Akash is saying DU for exposure. What kind of exposure? Trinath is also saying DU. Aryan is saying DU. But why? Why DU? DU and Delhi will give you a better exposure. What exposure? What do you mean by exposure? Explain. Geographical advantage. What advantage? What is the advantage? Explain more. Akash is saying internships all year long, physically. Now we are getting somewhere. If she is looking for a job, Astha is saying, she should go for DU considering that she can work and get to learn practical aspects of law after college hours. That is actually pretty good what she's saying, right? Delhi has all the courts, all organizations have a head office here in Delhi. Many law firms, HC, SC are there in Delhi. Great. Okay. Now, I told her also, so it is, why are you even asking this question? Go to DU, it's pretty obvious. Right? You know what she said? She said, "Arey, many seniors are telling me that don't join DU. There are many problems in DU. Classes are not good, infrastructure is not good, teachers are not good, etc., etc." Like, how does it matter? Right? You may have the worst classroom infrastructure. Right? You might have the worst college, I don't know, very bad library. Anything doesn't matter, right? These things have little bearing on how well you do as a lawyer, right? Is it important that you graduate with a job? Once I asked her this question, it became very clear. Is it important that you graduate with a job or not? Is it important that you are paid enough in that job or not? What you do while you are a law student will determine if you get that job or not. People don't get this very clearly, that what you are doing as a law student determines whether you will get a job or not. For example, Shubham is asking that, does it really matter that I am going to a very famous university or not? I always say it this way, that it's a very simple explanation. See what happens. If there are two students and you are, let's say you are the interviewer, right? You have to select between two students. Okay. One student is from a famous university and the other student is from not from a famous university, one university I've never heard of the university. Okay. Now the student from the famous university has only that doesn't have much in the CV, but the student who's not from the famous university has a lot of good things in the CV, has published a lot of articles, has a lot of practical experience, okay, has done a lot of internships. Who would you hire? The person from the famous university. One person from National Law School, Bangalore, there is no internship in his CV. He has got bad marks, failed many times in class. And there is a person from unheard of university, which you have not heard of, XYZ university, but has done good internships, has good publications, right? Clearly, when you are interviewing that person, you can see that they know so much. Who will you hire? It's obvious. Nobody wants to waste their money. They want to hire the best possible candidate they can find. Yes or no? Right? Now, the reality, I'll tell you, when I was in NUJS, I graduated from NUJS in 2011. I went to NUJS in 2006. Now, there was one guy who was studying with me at LST when I was preparing for law entrance in LST. This guy was also there. He did not get through to any national law university. He went to Calcutta University. After first semester, we were talking on the phone. So I told him, so I asked him that, hey, how are you? So, etc., etc. Are you doing an internship? The guy's like, what? Internship now? Right now, no internship. Right now, to just first year. Why will I intern? Nobody interns in their first year. So, okay, fine. By that time, I have done 2 internships already. Okay, now first year is over. We again talk after first year is over. So I'm like, have you done an internship? He's like, after you said last time I applied to a lot of places, nobody accepted me. I think it is because I am from Calcutta University. Nobody is accepting my application. I said, how many places did you apply to? 4 places. Nobody accepted me. He said, I got 2 internships. But do you know how many places I applied to? I applied to 20 places. And then I got 2. You applied to 4 places, got no internship. So you thought that you are not being accepted because you're not from NLU. Whatever. Right? This is the problem, guys. Now, there is so much competitive environment when I was studying at NUJS. people are going and interning with United Nations. People are, are so cutthroat competition for internship, for everything, every single thing, to make a better CV. Everyone is trying to have the best CV in the class. So you can say it is a rat race, whatever. But because of that, people are always trying to do better, and do good internships, do good stuff, write article, publish. In the first year itself, I presented paper in Indian Science Congress. Right? I wrote a paper on protection of indigenous knowledge and patents and published in the Indian Science Congress. Right? So the question is, do you want to take action or not? Right? Now, sometimes people from famous colleges have such environment that there is a lot of pressure on them and they are taking massive amount of action. Their CV is better. Then if somebody has a better CV, as a recruiter, will I select the person with better CV or the worst CV? Okay. Now, I will agree with you that there are some recruiters who have some kind of insecurity complex. Okay. They think that they are a good recruiter only if they hire from top NLUs. But trust me, it doesn't mean anything. Okay. There are lots and lots of good places to work in where you don't have to be from NLU or any other famous university, and you can get really great jobs. For example, how many of you have attended my webinar on how to get an internship in a US technology startup? How many of you attended that? How many of you attended my BD? You attended, right? Very good, BD. So now tell me something. If you apply to a US technology startup, will they recognize whether you are from an NLU or from non-NLU? Do they care? They don't even know you. Okay, somebody is asking, have you graduated from DU? No, I have graduated from NUJS in Calcutta, National University of Juridical Sciences. But that is long time back. That doesn't matter. Okay. Now, Aryan is asking a question that what if we have a person of NLU and he has done the same stuff as somebody from non-NLU? Then who will get picked? Now I have a question. Who will you pick in that circumstances? If both people have done same thing, one person is from NLU, from a famous university, another person is from a not so famous university, I might pick the person from NLU, or many people may pick the person from a famous university. Okay, if everything is same, then I might as well go by brand, right? And there are also people who might pick the person from the not so famous university, saying that this person has better caliber despite not being from a good university. He has done so many things. I might actually hire that person thinking that this person has so much initiative on its own. If he gets a good environment, then God knows how many better things he'll do, right? So might hire the person from the not so famous university also. If somebody has done really great from a not so famous university. Okay, do you get what I'm saying? But I have a question. Why do you want to only match what a student from NLU is doing? Why not do more than that? If you know that you are at a disadvantage because you are not from NLU, why will you not do more than the NLU students so that you are even better off? Right? So Nikhil is reminding us we should better start on the main topic. So, okay, I will answer other questions later. Let's get into today's topic. Right? If you want to become a tech lawyer, it is ideal that you start early while you are a law student. Okay, how early? As early as possible. I don't see anything is too early. The earlier you start, the better. If you are in first year, you can still do something in technology law and start building your this thing. But it's not like if you are already in your fourth year, fifth year, it's not like it is too late. You can still do it. Okay, but of course, the earlier, the better, the more time you have to do these things. So the earlier you start, more advantage you'll have. Let's say I want to get a job in a top tier law firm in the tech team. Okay. If I want to get a job in a top tier law firm in the tech team or in one of the boutique tech law firms, right? Then what do I have to do? How soon should I get started? Now let me show you, if you want to get into a top law firm, how soon you have to start. So if you want to get in such a place, what you will be doing in your 4th year and 5th year? Can somebody answer this question? What do you think you will have to do? Somebody is asking how to challenge the constitution on YouTube. This is not the topic of discussion today, Harsh. See the topic. Okay. What will you be doing in your 4th year or 5th year? If you want to get a job in a top tier law firm, what do you have to do? Come on, tell me quickly. Everybody is quiet. Please be more participative. Whatever comes to your mind, write it in the chat. What you will be doing in your 4th or 5th year if you want to get a job in a law firm, top law firm, or a very good boutique law firm? What do you have to do for that? Take law internship with startup. Okay. Garima is suggesting this. Priya is saying getting internships. Where? Okay, doing internships, but where will you do your internship? So 5th year is already too late for most people. Okay, if you want to get a top tier law firm in your 5th year, it is already too late, because by the end of the 4th year, the PPOs open up. All the PPOs are given. You have to get your PPO before the end of your 4th year if you are in a 5-year course. If you are in a 3-year course, then before the end of your 2nd year. Do you know what is the reason for this? Aryan is saying, by this time, I assume I already know my favorite firm. Once I get my first internship, I will intern with them repeatedly. Great. Sure. That is one option. But in your 5th year, it is already too late. Do you know why? PPO is pre-placement offer. Okay. So when you are getting an offer, so basically what happens, by end of the 4th year, there is a placement, campus placement in all the top national law universities. This is where you have big advantage if you are not from a national university. So if you are in all the top national law university, maybe a few others like Symbiosis Pune and Jindal Global Law School, and there are a few other law schools also where there may be campus placement, and all these top law firms come to the campus, right? And they hire the best of they take interviews and they hire the best people from the campus. Now, let's say a law firm has decided, let's say a Trilegal or a CAM or a AZB has decided that we are going to hire 30 freshers this year, right? Let's say this is 2021, right? In 2021, they will hire people for 2022. People will join by around May, June this year. By March, April, May, June, campus placement will start for the 4th year students in the top law schools around the country. Okay, NLU Delhi, NUJS, Nalsar, NLS Bangalore, NLU Jodhpur, like these are topmost law schools. Okay, and these people will be joining when? In 2022, June, July. Okay, in 2022. So the hiring for 2022 is happening when? In 2021. Okay, so in 2021, by March, April, May, June, all these law firms will be visiting all these law colleges, top law colleges around the country, and whatever seats are remaining vacant. So if they are going to hire total 40 people in 2022, then let's say those 40 seats they will fill up. But before this happens, they give an offer also to their best interns. So all those people who have done a great job in the internship, they might be given a pre-placement offer. So placement is campus placement. Pre-placement offer is that before this placement happens, the law firms will make offers to their interns, because they know that when they are reaching the campus, by that time, there will be competition between different law firms. So for example, when I was doing my placement, on my day 0 or during the campus placement, I had 2 offers and I had 2 more offers from other 2 more law firms. So imagine the situation, right? So I can join only one law firm. So the law firms, what they do is that they say that I am giving you a PPO, that you will not sit for placement in your college. You accept and sign a contract with us right now to get the best talent, right? So your best chance, if in your college there is no campus placement, or maybe some colleges have campus placement, but the best law firms don't come there, right? So what is your best chance of getting a job in a very good law firm? And by the way, even those law firms which do not go to campus placement, they also do PPOs. Why? Because it does not make sense. Say, I'm going to hire only 2 people this year or 5 people this year. Does it make sense for me to send partners in different universities in their campus? No, they don't do that. But they know that best of the people will get offers during the day 0 and during campus placement. Before that, they want to make an offer already to their best interns and sign the agreement that yes, this person will be joining our law firm. Do you understand what I'm saying? How many of you understand what I'm saying? Did you understand? If you understood, write yes, I understood in the chat. Okay. You understood? Okay. So this is why you cannot wait till your 5th year to get a job. Preferably you want to get a job in your 4th year only. However, if you're unable to get a PPO in your 4th year, then you'll keep trying to get a job in your 5th year, no brainer, right? Because you haven't got it already in your, but the best jobs are gone from the market, right? But there are other jobs. There are tier 2, tier 3 law firms which might have some vacancies. There may be other options, maybe some technology company, maybe some in-house jobs where you can still apply and get even in your 5th year. So, but your preference is that I should be able to preferably get a job in my 4th year. If not possible, then I will try also in my 5th year. But for now, you should think that I have to get a job in my 4th year itself. In-house job is, so you can get a job in a law firm, or you can get a job in a company. In companies, there are in-house legal teams. So in-house legal team, it's called an in-house legal team. When you are inside a company in the legal department, it's called an in-house legal team. So in-house legal job is when you are working in a company as a lawyer, okay, in the in-house legal team. So very important. So in your 5th year, if you think that I want to get a job, now I will start doing it, it is a bit late, especially if you want to get a top law firm job. When you are in 4th year, your time is already very short. So in your 4th year, you should be doing those internships and doing such fabulous performance that they are offering you PPO, right? What should you be doing in your 3rd year? So we are talking about ideal situation that in 4th year, imagine in 4th year, how many internships will you have? Guys, tell me in the chat. How many internships do you have in 4th year? How many internship slots do you have? 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do you have? Write the number in the chat. Harsh is saying that I want to work in government technology sector. Yes, you can do that also. No problem. We'll come to that later. Is 𝗏𝗏 and 𝗏𝗏 a good law firm in terms of salary? Yes, absolutely it is. It is one of the tier 1 law firms. In tier 1, what are the law firms? AZB, 𝗏𝗏, CAM, SAM, Trilegal, JSA. Did I miss anyone? I think I have got everyone. Yeah, 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and company. So 7 law firms in tier 1. Okay. So ideally in your 4th year, you have, let's say you have 3, or even in 5th year. I mean, 5th year is, again, we'll come to 5th year a little later, but I'm talking about an ideal situation. If you don't have, then you make best of whatever internship you have. But let's say in your, people are not telling me. I will not explain if you don't tell me. If you want me to explain, please tell me in your 4th year, how many internships do you expect to have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what is it? Mohammed can do 6. Mohammed goes to a very good college. Garima, Priya is saying 2. What about the rest of you? Aryan, Kashyap, 5, 6. So you can see that different colleges have different kind of internship slots. So if you can do 5-6 internship, it is a very big advantage. You can see with your own eyes how much difference it will make, right? So if you are able to do 5-6 internships in your 4th year, that is really amazing. But you want to do these internships only in those places where you want a job. And if possible, you want to do it twice, maybe 2 internships instead of 1, or 3 internships in the same place also. So if I have 6 internships in my 4th year, I will choose 3 law firms and I will intern in both those law firms 2 times. Why will I intern 2 times in 3 law firms? Because that way I can impress 3 law firms, and for some reason in one place things do not work out, then I can at least convince more. So 6 is ideal. Like, I have done 2 internship each in 3 different law firms. Then even if one does not work, in one place I make a mistake, in one place they are not hiring this year, at least I have a 3rd option. So I have enough sufficient options. Now, many places you cannot do 6 internships in 4th year. That many holidays are not there. Maybe you can do 4 internships of 1 month each. Okay. Or you can do 2 internships of 2 months each. You should do that. Okay. So you should at least spend 2 months in a law firm. Okay. Because it is less than that, at least 1, 2, or back to back 1 month, whatever. Basically, you should be do this. And it can be virtual internship, does not matter. But it is true that most Indian lawyers and law firms are not so good at working virtually. So they may not be able to use you properly or give you enough work when you are doing virtual work. This is a problem. Okay. So where possible, realizing that most Indian law firms are not very good working virtually, you should try to get physical internships. Now, for example, Saket and Yamak has only 3 internships in their 4th year, right? So you cannot entirely count on your 4th year in that case. Then you should start interning at your favorite law firms from your 3rd year itself, so that between 3rd year and your 4th year, you have 6 internships, and again, 2 internships in 3 good law firms, right? It is possible to intern even 3 times in the same law firm, right? That's also a good idea. So when you do your internship for the first time, maybe in your 2nd year or your 3rd year, getting a good internship in 2nd year is pretty hard. But even in your 3rd year, you get a good internship and you impress them and get a call back internship. And then you do intern again in your 4th year again. And by doing repeated internships, when they realize that you are doing a fabulous job. And by the way, do you think everyone who is interning in a law firm actually get called back for another internship? Do you think so? How many of you have interned somewhere and did not get called back? Don't be ashamed, right? Did not get called back. Maybe somebody got a call back, right? Yes, I got a call back, right? Did you intern somewhere and did they tell you that yes, come back and intern again? We really liked your work. We want you to come and intern here again. Did they say that? By the way, if you are really good, why will they just say that, oh, you have, very nice beta, but don't come here and intern again? If people find good resources, they want them to come back and do more work for them, right? Why will they not want you again and again? Right? How many of you got a call back from an internship? Right? Yes, in the chat. I got a call back, right? I got a call back in the chat quickly. Anybody here got a call back internship? You have to get a call back internship. If you're not getting a call back internship, then you are not doing a good enough job. Aryan Kashyap got a call back. From which law firm or which place did you get a call back? And why did you get a call back? Can you explain? And even if they are not calling you back, you should ask them that, can I come and intern again with you? Can I apply again? Can you extend my internship? You should ask, right? If they like you, they will say yes. Aryan, where did you go to get a call back from? From iPleaders and Amish Agarwal. Okay, very good. That's good, Aryan. Okay. Now, this is the whole idea, that if you're getting callback internships, basically they are liking your work enough and they are saying that, come and work with us again. And this is exactly what you want to do. So 3rd year. Now the thing is that if you want to intern in a good law firm, right, in the 3rd year, Then you need to have a good CV by the time you are in the third year. So what are you doing in your second year and first year that your CV is good by the time you are applying to law firms in your third year? Can someone tell me what is there in your CV by the time you are in the third year that law firms are willing to give you internships? That is what you have done in your first and your second year, right? So what will you do in your first and second year? That law firms will be willing to give you internships. You know how many people apply for internships, right? Thousands of people apply by email. Sometimes tens of thousands of people. Some law firms get 50-60,000 applications for a single month. They don't even open all the emails, right? So what will you be doing in your first year and second year that you will stand out, or somebody will be willing to recommend you? They like your work so much. Just imagine this. In my first year, I interned at a startup. I did a very good job, so much good job that they said that, okay, continue to help me. Why can you help us for the rest of the year also? Right? Maybe you work for 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, and continue to help us. And you do that. And they're so happy with your work. Now you say that now I want to intern in a law firm. And you go and tell the startup CEO or founder that, sir, I have done work here. Are you satisfied with my work? Yes, I'm satisfied with your work. You have done a very good job. So, sir, will you be willing to recommend me to a law firm that you know? You must be knowing law firms that work for your company. Can you recommend me somewhere? They will recommend you. You know why they'll recommend you? Because they are very appreciative of the work you have done for them. They're happy about it and they will recommend you. Why won't they recommend you? Imagine you have been writing articles and publishing, right? People will see that. And then they'll be willing to give you internships when they see in your CV that you have done such work. So basically you need to start. This is why I say that you need to start as soon as possible, if possible in your first year. If you haven't started, you're in second year, start in your second year. Okay, if you are already in your third year, no problem, start as soon as possible. But remember one thing, whether you're in your first year, second year, fifth year, does not matter, because all the rest of the people still have not started. You can start even in your fifth year, and maybe definitely someone who started in their first year will have much more time, will have much more advantage. But you started at least in your fifth year, you can still do well. Maybe it will take you 1 or 2 years to learn the skills, learn things, and create opportunity, build track record. But within 2 years, certainly you can level up. That's the whole point. Okay. Now, some people at this point say that, I don't want to work in a big law firm, but I want to work in a top technology company like Google, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Apple. What can I do? Okay. So very interesting. Yesterday, I had a webinar on that topic, by the way, right? It is on YouTube. If you want, I can quickly show you. I'll show you, in fact. Why not? Right, here is the one. This is Ramanuj here from. Here is the video we have. Right, I'm sharing this with all of you. So you can watch this, because I won't be able to do justice to it so quickly as to how you can get a job in good technology companies like Google and Facebook, but I have already said it and explained it here. So you guys can go and watch this. Okay. So I have a question for all of you at this point. Why are you choosing technology law? Why do you want to work in technology law? Why not something else? What excites you about technology law? Tell me in the chat. I'm waiting for your responses, guys. Tell me in the chat. Why do you want to study technology law? Why not something else? Come on, tell me. It's a booming sector. What else? Vikram is saying it's a booming sector. Srinath is saying, I want to start an edtech company. Very nice. Garima is saying lots of countries are coming up with privacy laws where Indian companies have clients. In fact, India is also coming up with privacy law. That's true. COVID praised it a lot. Because of COVID, it became very fast growing technology. True. Aryan is saying it is the future, has a lot of scope, a lot of money, and things are fun to learn. Okay, very good. AI, IoT, blockchain, etc. are going to be our future. Vikram is saying. Sai Pratap is saying more opportunities. Akash is saying cross-border legal requirements. Mohammed Farid is saying tech is fun and interesting. Shiva Reddy is saying opportunities in next 5 years. Priya is saying it's very dynamic and international in approach. Okay, so I'll tell you my reasons. Okay, one is money. Simple, in technology there is a lot of money because technology today is the richest sector. Okay, so there's a lot of money. There's no lack of money. Money is a very good reason why technology law is attractive. Then there is impact. Your impact is huge because technology has a huge impact. Yesterday we were just talking about how lawyers at Google, imagine you are the lawyer at Google and you decide what features should Gmail have or not have, or how data is, you're having such a huge, what products can be built, how to use the data, what to do. I mean, and whatever decisions you're making, millions of people are getting impacted by your decision, maybe even billions of people, right? So impact of a technology lawyer is massive. So you can, imagine you are in such a important position, your decisions, your opinion, your creativity really matters. Then technology lawyers are working with innovative people who are innovating new technology, and brands which are innovative, right? Never boring, as technology is always rapidly evolving. So it's not like, imagine you are doing merger and acquisitions. You might be doing the same transaction structures and same contracts and same clauses over and over and over again and get bored out of it. Many people get bored by doing corporate law because they're doing the same thing again and again. Technology law is never boring. Okay, it is always rapidly evolving. There are a lot of work as technology lawyer. You are continuously working on new kind of products, new kind of business models, new kind of contracts. Everything changes in technology law, rapidly evolving. Regulation always forced to evolve as new technology keeps coming, new innovations keep coming, new business models come up. Regulation is always forced to evolve, right? Regulation is always changing, so there is no dull day. It's everything very fresh and new and creative. Better work environment. Honestly speaking, law firms, people have really started disliking working in law firms because of extreme pressure, bad work hours, no peace, no rest, working 12 hours, 14 hours a day without break, no holidays. This is a very common thing. If you're working in a law firm, you get a lot of money, but also these problems are there. But if you are working in a technology company, the work environment is simply better. You can work from home in many cases. They want you to take proper holidays. They want you to take a break. They don't want you to work you 24/7. They don't want to stress you out. So there are a lot of positive aspects about work environment in a technology company. What is acceptable in many law firms is not at all acceptable in a technology company. Work environment is not like that. Creativity. There is truly a scope for creativity if you're a technology lawyer compared to most other things. Maybe in criminal law, you can also say there is creativity in how you come up with a defense. But similarly, there is a lot of scope for creativity in technology law, right? Because technology keeps changing, how you apply different laws to different regulations and to a different technology, different business models. There's a lot of imaginary, scope of imagining, a lot of gray areas in technology law. So lawyers truly get to think and write and come up with arguments and do lawyer stuff, interpretation. There's a lot of scope for that in technology law, right? So within technology law, what are the exciting opportunities that are opening up, right? One thing is that technology related investments are rapidly growing. Investment in technology has gone up to unprecedented levels. Do you understand what this means? That technology, venture capital investments, private equity investments, merger and acquisitions. Technology is a primary sector for all of these things. It is attracting a lot of investment, right? So this is also driving growth for legal work. Technology startups have become employers of choice, by the way. They are technology startups around the world. Everybody wants to work at Google, Facebook because of the kind of benefits, the kind of perks, the kind of work facilities, brand, everything, right? What are the rapidly growing industries today? All of them are technology related industries, right? So what are the skills you want to learn if you want to work in technology? So I will run you through some of the things you need to learn. How to handle cyber offenses, right? This is very big. Cyber disputes. There are also disputes people are entering, engaging into. Say somebody saying that you you must be knowing about cyber defamation. Somebody insulted or cyber bullying online. All kind of cyber disputes are coming up. Domain name disputes. Take contracts. Take contracts is a huge area. Specific technology, specialized contracts. For example, software development agreement, software maintenance agreement, cloud computing agreement. Okay, all the terms and conditions for e-commerce websites, right? Terms and conditions for open source software. There are so many different kind of technology contracts, right, that lawyers need to learn how to draft. Regulation of emerging technologies, right? For example, regulation of fintech, regulation of drones, regulation of telemedicine, regulation of any new technology that comes up. There will be some regulation of 5G, regulation of Internet of Things. There will be many regulations. As industries come up, there will be more and more regulations of emerging technology, and lawyers naturally have more work when there is more regulation. Okay, platform and intermediary liabilities, right? So a lot of these companies have become platforms like Facebook, Twitter. These are social media platforms. And then there are many other platforms also, like, in a way, Zoom is a platform, right? So now if somebody misuses these platforms, maybe they're engaging in defamation or piracy. Telegram is a good example. Telegram groups are being used for violation of intellectual property. Zoom bombing, sure. So can we go and sue Telegram because Telegram is being used as a platform for violating our copyright in a movie or copyright in a book? Now can we sue Telegram for that? Okay, it can happen, right? So platform and intermediary liabilities is a very big thing that has come up like anything, and many companies are becoming intermediaries and platforms. For example, Uber claims that Uber is a platform and intermediary. So if a driver cheats you or steals your phone or whatever, they are not liable. They are just a platform, right? Which is allowing the driver and you to come together. Same is the claim of Zomato or any. These are all platforms and intermediaries. Swiggy, Zomato, anyone, right? But there are laws related to platform and intermediary liabilities. Online reputation management. This is another example. Online reputation management is very important. So this is another skill that you want to learn, because it is very common for people to go and disparage others on the internet, write bad things, write negative comments and reviews and insults, right? And it has become a very serious business, very serious issue for brands, that how do they protect their online reputation from trolls and liars and people who are competitors, are just motivated and they are trying to harm your brand by writing wrong information about you online. Bot armies, right? All of that. So happening between politicians also. right? So 10 important tasks you should learn. I'm not saying these are all the things you should learn, but I'm just showing you that the kind of skills you need to have so that you can actually earn money as a technology lawyer, get jobs as a technology lawyer. For example, do you know how to draft? And tell me yes or no in the chat. Do you know how to do this or not? Okay, the people who are watching this on YouTube also respond. Do you know how to draft and register a cyber complaint? Yes, no. Are just write yes or no if you know. Either you know or you don't know. How can it be little bit? Huh? Okay, if you don't know right now, there's nothing wrong if you don't know, right? But at least you say I don't know. Let's see how many, let's see out of this 10 how many you can do. And if you don't know now, you can learn always later. That is not a problem. Do you know how to recover money lost in a phishing scam? Imagine 𝗵𝗶𝗏 scam. Somebody called and said something to your relative and took away their money. Do you know how to recover this money? Yes, no, maybe. Come on. Yes, no, maybe. Everyone in the chat. Nobody keeps quiet. Got to answer. Shubham, maybe. Why are you saying maybe? Why is it maybe? How can it be maybe? Okay, mostly no. Nobody's saying yes at all. Okay. Not good. You should learn. Take legal action against cyber defamation or cyber stalking. Imagine there is cyber stalking or defamation. All these things are happening. And it must be happening with your friends also. Maybe people you already know. How to take legal action against this? Yes, no, maybe. Everyone, please respond in the chat. Sanjay, Saket, Saloni knows how to do this. Vikram knows. Very good. Very good. Okay. How do you get justice for a victim of revenge porn or sextortion? Imagine one of your friends, non-lawyer friend, is victim of revenge porn. You know revenge porn, what it is? So imagine two people are having a relationship and they have made a video, or maybe someone made a video without the knowledge of the other person. And after they break up, to take revenge, one person puts this video up on the internet. This is called revenge porn. Sextortion is that there's a lot of rackets these days where people, and this is very important, and you should tell especially the young people that this is happening all the time. So people will ask you for nude pictures, or they will start a sex chat with you, and then they'll record your video, and then they'll blackmail you that I will send this video to your friends, I'll post this on Facebook, will make this viral on YouTube, blah blah blah. This kind of fear, they try to take money from you by saying all these things, right? We will share it with your colleagues, and by saying this they try to get money from you. Okay, so how can you get justice to such victims? How can you take action against such situations? Learn to draft basic technology contracts. Do you know how to draft a basic technology contract? Software development agreement. Let's say a software development agreement. Do you know how to draft? Yes, no, maybe. Anybody who knows how to draft? 𝗏𝗏, very good. Garima, very good. Very, very good. Who else? Anybody else? How to advise take businesses on platform liability or intermediary liability, right? So for example, imagine there is a app and they come and tell you that in our app people can upload videos. It's a social media. Let's say 𝗔𝗏𝗃, right? There is an app called 𝗔𝗏𝗃. How many of you know about 𝗔𝗏𝗃? Yes or no? Tell me if anybody knows what is 𝗔𝗏𝗃 app. Yeah, you know what it is? Share chat. Let's say share chat is another Indian app, right? Now there's someone in the chat called Mohammed Farid. The founder of share chat is a friend, Farid Ehsan. Okay, so we were together in a training program together. So imagine that he comes to you and says that, a lot of people are posting some wrong kind of copyright violated content, right? They are putting up content which is violation of copyright on our website. Can you help us to control this? right? What kind of terms and conditions should we have? What kind of dispute resolution system should we create so that we do not become liable? Like YouTube copyrights, right? If you run a YouTube channel, you might know that YouTube has created a system for copyright claims. Now this has to be created by all companies. Once I created such a system for a company and I charged 1,70,000 rupees for coming up with all the policies and a step-by-step process how to do it, right? So you can earn a lot of money from doing such work. So how to advise tech businesses on platform and intermediary liability, right? What kind of contracts, what kind of policies, what kind of dispute resolution system to create. How to draft a privacy policy. This is very basic, right? So do you know how to draft a privacy policy? How many of you know how to draft a privacy policy? Garima knows. Garima, you know a lot of things. Where did you learn all these things? Are you a 𝗨𝗂𝗎 student by any chance? Okay. How to draft a privacy policy? How many? Anybody else knows apart from Garima? Okay, no problem. Trinath is asking how to learn. I'll tell you later. GDPR compliance and audit. Do you guys know what is GDPR compliance and audit? This also you should learn. Oh, you did a course from 𝗨𝗂𝗎. Okay, great. GDPR compliance and audit. You don't know? Anybody knows? Shubham, you know? Very good, Shubham. Where do you learn GDPR compliance and audit? Very good. It's a very important skill. If you know nothing else and if you just know GDPR compliance and audit, you can earn at least 30,000-40,000 per month from that itself and doing international work. Regulation of emerging technology, starting with fintech. Fintech regulation. Any of you here know fintech regulation, drone regulation? Yes, no, anyone? Anyone who knows? Fintech is financial technology. Example of fintech: Paytm, Razorpay, InstaMojo. Aryan Kashyap is saying reading these days. Very good. So you need to know regulation of emerging tech. 𝗏𝗏 is a fintech company. Very good. Online enforcement of intellectual property. How to enforce copyright, trademark online. How to send takedown notices. How to send DMCA notices, Digital Millennium Copyright Act. How to send notices under DMCA. These are very important things to learn, right? So do you know how to do online enforcement of intellectual property? Yes, no, maybe. Anyone who here knows how to send a takedown notice under DMCA, or how to send a trademark infringement, cease and desist? How is 𝗏𝗏 Jr. using Elon Musk's name? Sure, but you can't do anything. Elon Musk's lawyer can do something about it. You can't do it, right? So these are 10 examples I gave you, 10 different tasks. You need to learn these kind of things. If you know these tasks, right? Imagine if you know these tasks, then what kind of opportunities will be available for you? You can work with any technology startup, any tech company, any tech law firm also. If you know these kind of things, you will be hireable by anyone, and you will be able to even work for startups and help them directly and earn money from that, right? Do you understand? Do you understand how important these skills are and why you should learn them? Yes, no, maybe. Do you think if you learn these skills, it will help you a lot? List them again. Okay, I will just do this again, just for you once more. Okay, 10 important tasks you should learn. Draft and register cyber complaint. Recover money lost in a phishing scam. Take legal action against cyber defamation or cyber stalking. Notice, filing suit, filing complaint, criminal complaint, whatever. How do you get justice for a victim of revenge porn or sextortion case? Learn to draft basic technology contracts, right? Different contracts are there. How to advise tech businesses on platform or intermediary liability. How to draft a privacy policy. GDPR compliance and audit. regulation of emerging technology starting with fintech, online enforcement of intellectual property. Now I'm asking you, if you imagine for a moment, close your eyes and imagine you know all these tasks. Somehow, magically, you have learned all these things, right? What opportunities can you expect these skills will open up for you? I'm asking this question to you. Okay. Will that open up any opportunity for you? Everyone is quiet. You think what will happen? You guys can answer the question. What do you think will happen if you know all these things? Will that open opportunities for you? Can you imagine? Aryan Kashyap is saying yes, many. What opportunities will open for you? Open up for you? Come on, tell me. Tell me in the chat. Earn more. What else? Have really good clients. Build your own practice. Get jobs in India, even abroad. Get freelance work. Anything is possible, right? Now, I want you to think about this. Imagine you are graduating. How many of you are law students and how many are lawyers? If you're a law student, write law student in the chat. If you're a lawyer, write lawyer in the chat. Please help me out. Anyone who is a lawyer here? Mostly law student, which is good. But anyone lawyer here? Nobody is a lawyer, mostly law student. But even if there is a lawyer who watches this ever, imagine that you have to make your dream CV, the job that you want. Maybe you want a job at Google. Then what would your dream CV look like? Maybe you want to get a job in a good law firm, Ikigai, or I don't know, Barjon or Spice Root, or maybe Trilegal, right? If you want to get a job, JSA, what kind of CV should you be having? Indus Law, what kind of CV should you have? What should be there in your CV that a partner in a technology team will be like, wow, we must hire this guy. He's really great, or she is really amazing. We must hire her. What has to be there in your CV? What should your dream CV look like? Garima is saying, I learn all such skills via virtual internships. How are you learning these things via virtual internship? Impossible. How? I mean, I am very shocked to hear that you can learn these skills via virtual internships. Please explain more. I want to know how you're learning this. Nobody teach in internship. People do not teach these things, right? In no internship, anybody teach anything. Okay. If you already know, they'll let you do it. Nobody has so much time to sit and teach you how to draft a contract in an internship. Okay. Practical knowledge, yes, practical knowledge should be showcased in your CV. Okay, I'll let you think about this. Okay. In fact, you need these things at the time of applying for jobs, not at the time of graduation. By the time you're in your 4th year, 5th year, and you're applying for jobs, you need to have these, whatever dream CV that you are planning, you need to have that, right? Now I'm going to answer some basic questions that you need to know. Is it a good idea to intern with Indian startups? Absolutely. Especially in first year, people say that virtual experience with what? With Inside Sherpa and all these things don't count. If you have actually worked with lawyers, done some work, then it may count. Otherwise, your virtual experience won't count. Is it a good idea to intern with Indian startups? Absolutely, it is a good idea. Especially if you're in your first year, second year. At these times, it is very hard to get internships in companies or internships in law firms. But getting an internship in a startup is much easier. So you should try to do internships in startups when you are in the early years. Many people go and intern with NGOs, but if you want to be a tech lawyer, it's not going to help you much if you intern with NGOs. But if you intern with startups, it can be very, very useful. What sort of work can you do? Very good question, Akash. If you are going to a startup, what kind of things can you do? if you know technology law, then you can help them with drafting, reviewing their agreement, reviewing their policies, reviewing their compliances. A lot of things you can do, right? But if you do not know this, you can you can audit their GDPR compliance, check if there is any gap, any problem. But if you don't know these things, then you can start by doing basic things like writing articles, content marketing, social media. At least start somewhere, right? So this is the idea. That depends on what you know, what skills do you have, depends on that. Is it a good idea to intern with US technology startups? I don't know how it became starters. It's autocorrect. Is it a good idea to intern with US technology startups? Yes, very good idea. If you have done internship with Indian startups, or you have some of the skills that I showed you, these 10 skills, you can write to them and tell them, look, I can do all these things and I might be useful for your startup in this ways. Can I get an internship? Many of them will happily give you an internship at that point. Is it a good idea to do freelance work while you are a law student? Very, very good idea. You will build up practical skills and knowledge by doing freelance work, right? And track record. More than practical knowledge, it's hard to get from freelance work, but if you have some knowledge and you can do freelance work, it is building up track record. It is building up those war stories that you can later tell in your internships, interviews, and make sure you get a job. Okay. What sort of work can one do with a startup that won't be law specific? So if you want to do law specific work, then you have to learn the law specific work, right? Then only you can do it, because in a startup, they may not have a lawyer to guide you always. Many startups don't even have any lawyers. So if you're going to go there and do something, you better have some knowledge and skills, then only you can go and do it. Why practical experience will count more than anything else? Practical, it's a very simple thing for all these companies, startups, even for law firms. If you can say, look, I can do GDPR work, I can draft contracts, I can review a privacy policy, I understand all these things. And why am I saying I know these things? Because I have done this work before already. And this is what happened in that matter. So they can see that you actually get what you are talking about, right? Then only it makes sense. That is what practical experience is. Akash is asking, why will a startup trust me? Startup will trust you more easily than a big company or a law firm, provided you can tell them and explain how you can help them. They'll give you a chance, but if you're not able to do the work, then they'll either ignore you or let you go. Okay, so if you're doing an internship and you're not able to perform, let's say I said that I can come and help you with GDPR compliance. If you tell companies today that I can help you with your GDPR compliance, many of them will give you an internship. Many startups will say, okay, please come and do. You can do this. Oh, come and do this. Okay. But will you be able to do it? Will you be able to add any value? They will soon figure out, are you bluffing or are you actually able to do something? If you're actually able to do something, it will be extremely, extremely amazing. It will be a game changer. They will be very supportive. They will even pay you for the work you're doing. A lot of good things will happen, right? But what will happen if they realize you're bluffing and you actually can't do it? That'd be completely a disaster, right? So how to get noticed by top technology lawyers in India and abroad? One thing you need to do for this is you can write articles and publish. That really, really helps. Okay. If you write articles and publish, it will go a very long way in getting noticed by other technology lawyers in the field who are already successful, partners in law firms, senior associates in law firms. I had my students who have been called for internship because they have been writing such good articles and publishing. Their associates reached out to them on LinkedIn or on Twitter saying that, hey, would you like to do an internship with us? Okay. Imagine. On the contrary, many people are applying and not getting an opportunity, and some people are getting noted and getting appreciated so much that lawyers are approaching them and saying, would you like to do an internship in our law firm? Okay, this happens. but that depends on whether you are so good. What you are writing is good or bad. If you are writing really bad articles, nobody will do that for you. Why it is important to write and publish articles is because when you have no, people want to see something before giving an opportunity. If I am applying to a startup or to a law firm, how do they know that I have an interest in technology law? How do they know that I know anything about GDPR? Now, if they Google my name, or if they see in my CV that I have written 10-12 articles on GDPR, on different aspects of GDPR, it gives them some reason to believe that I actually know something about GDPR. Then there is a much higher chance that I will get an internship, or I'll get a job for that matter, or I'll get a freelance work for that matter, right? So it's very important that you write and publish articles. It is a game changer. Why social media presence matters? Social media presence matters for the same reason. Maybe it is YouTube, maybe it is Twitter, maybe it is LinkedIn. It is very important that you're creating content and publishing. By doing that, you will get noticed. People will realize that you are consistently talking about something, right? And also social media is very important because you can follow people. You can go and follow very smart people. You can follow startup founders on social media. You can follow all the smartest technology lawyers in the country on LinkedIn and on Twitter. And by doing that, you will come to know what they are saying, what they are talking about, what events they are attending, what books they are reading, what articles they are reading. And that will help you to get clued into what is going on in the industry. And at the same time, you'll get an opportunity to impress them by publishing your content or sharing your content with them, right? So social media is a very critical game-changing factor, right? It has made life much easier. It has made possible for you to connect with any lawyer, any startup founder, any technology, great person anywhere in the world, depending on the quality of your ideas, the quality of your content. How to build a powerful social media presence? This is something that you should really study. Number one rule is that you have to regularly publish. You take one area. If you decide that I'm going to write on telemedicine on law, I'm going to write on space technology law and space tech, whatever, drone regulations, I'm going to publish on drone regulations, and keep writing about it. Follow all the people who are in the drone space, founders of drone companies, drone engineers, maybe government functionaries who are responsible for drone regulation, etc., right? So as you start following all these people, see what they are writing, what they are talking about, and also you start writing and you publish and you share your content. Soon these people will start noticing you. People will follow you for your insights, okay? And this is how you build a powerful social media presence over time. It takes time. Regularly you have to follow others, you have to engage with others, and also you have to almost every day you should be creating some content and publishing, even if a few lines, okay? You should publish. You will see that people who have a lot of following on Twitter, LinkedIn, they regularly publish, and also they engage with other people, okay? So which social media platforms are best for your purpose? I would strongly recommend Twitter if you want to be on, because all the tech people are on Twitter. There is Twitter, there is Reddit, there is Discord, but Twitter and LinkedIn are my favorites. And YouTube is also really great. If you can make a YouTube channel, somebody here said I have a YouTube channel. So you can create a, if you're interested in technology law, you can create a YouTube channel on technology law. And if you are providing unique content, which is very valuable, then people will follow you, okay? What do you want to have on your CV before applying to top Indian law firms, for example, right? So you need to have publications, you need to have internships. This is bare minimum, right? The more publications and very good internships you have, it will make a big difference. And you want people to vouch for you. You want people to recommend you. So if there is somebody who has worked with you in the past and they are really amazed by your work, they are really appreciative of your work, then there is a high chance that some of them will be willing to recommend you based on your past work. And that is the best way to get an internship in a good law firm, right? Most of you will never get an internship in a good law firm unless very good lawyers are recommending you. So you have to impress lawyers in such a way that they will recommend you. What is stopping you from doing these things already? So I have told you many different things, right? Blah, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. Why are you not doing these things already? Or if you start working on this path from today, what obstacles do you expect to come up in the future? Can you tell me in the chat, guys? What do you think? What problems are you likely to face if you try to do all these things? Anyone? Bit more automation of law or AI? No, that is not a problem. If you try to write article, publish, if you try to get internships with technology startups, if you start learning tech law, what obstacles are you going to face? English, okay. You have to improve your English so much. Very good. What other challenges? Anything else you can imagine? College not providing many official internships, especially such firms. Colleges don't provide internships. Which colleges provide internships? Maybe it's some top NLUs. Other than that, even in NLUs, we had to apply on our own and get it. What is the proper source to learn? True. Getting internships is a challenge, that I agree with. How will you get the right internship? Who will be guiding you, right? You need proper guidance. You have a lack of guidance. Quality of research is not good, sure, right? So these are all challenges that are going to come up. Okay, so 𝗨𝗡 is helping a lot of our students to achieve what most of other people think are impossible, unstructured learning, for example, right? So we have a technology law course. Let me show you quickly. This is our technology law course. I'm going to share the link with all of you. Take your time and go through some. By the way, we have had a new website launch. Let me know how you find our new website. Right. So one thing is that our course is this course that we have on cyber law, fintech regulations, and technology contracts. This is co-certified by Skill India and NSDC, Government of India's organization, right? And you can go through this sometimes. I don't want to spend too much time. I have already explained in other webinars before. Enrollment closes in 3 days. That's correct. The batch will start from 1st of February. Enrollment closes in 3 days. You can enroll already if you want to. Okay. So the link is with you. Go through it. Sometimes there's even a money back guarantee. Go through the money back guarantee. Here is the money back guarantee. If you do this course for a month and you don't benefit from it, you don't like it, you can get full refund. You're not understanding it, any problem whatsoever. Only condition is that you have to attend all the classes for 1 month and do all the assignments for 1 month. After that, if you're unhappy with the course, you can get full refund. Price of the course is 36,000. Where is the price written? 36,600 if you pay in 2 installments and 35,000 if you pay in one shot. Okay, that is the price of the course. Really, the price used to be on top. I can't find the price. And you can definitely get the free study material. Download your free study material here. Okay, that is a must. Get the free study material and start reading that at least. Where is the fees mentioned? Anyway, so get the free study material, download and read it, and go through these things also, right? These are the things you need to learn. List of weekly exercises is very important. You should go through the list of weekly exercises so that you can learn all the different things that are there to learn in technology law. So what we do is that every week we give you 2 assignments. So this course is for 50 weeks, and in 50 weeks we will give you 50 into 200 assignments. And to finish the course, The course is not free, Akash. It is not free. I'm pretty sure of that. Okay. So there are free study material to download and free. You can get free career counseling from 𝗧𝗂𝗪 if you want. So you can sign up for that over here. All right. Back to the presentation. Okay. So we can prepare your dream CV. So this is what I suggest to all of you. Do this exercise. It is a life-changing exercise. Okay. Can we connect with someone with 𝗧𝗂𝗪 team or call to know more if this would work for me or not? Yes, you can do that. I'll show you where. It's over here. Confused about your future. I'm just telling mistakes with grammatical. Confused about your future, can't make up your mind. You can submit your name, email ID, phone number here and request. And also you can go to the chat here like this, right? And fill up these details, name, phone number, email ID, and start a chat and say that I want to talk to someone about this course. Can you please arrange a call? And they will arrange a call for you. Okay. I hope that is useful. Okay, getting back to our presentation. Okay, very important that you prepare your dream CV, right? What would your dream CV look like? Okay, when you graduate or when you are applying for jobs. Sorry, it's not when you graduate, when you are applying for your job. What should it look like? Anybody? Okay, write this down. Okay, what internships will be there on your CV, or what previous past experiences will be there in your CV to showcase at the time when you're applying for a job? What publications should be there, right? What publications, what articles you have published and in what kind of places? What kind of projects you have done before, which will impress your future employers when they see on your CV? What projects will you like to do? So write this down in your dream CV. Social work, right? What kind of social work you have done that will impress them when you're applying for job? What kind of public outreach and networking have you done, which will be reflecting on your CV, and how will it reflect? Have you done any research associateship with some well-known researcher, well-known professor, well-known lawyer, right? What is your exposure to startups? Have you interned with some well-known startups? Have you done some interesting work? Have you helped them with some good projects? What have you done? Have you attended some events related to technology law, startups, where they can see that you have an interest in you and you are attending good events related to startups and technology? Okay. So these are the things you need to think about. Write this down for yourself. Create your dream CV. Okay. Imagine the CV, draft the CV. It's not a real CV. It's a CV that you want to have when you graduate. So create that CV for yourself and put it up near where you work, your work table or your study table, wherever. Put it up there. It'll help you. Okay. What are the daily practices you want to develop? Networking. Every day spend at least half an hour networking, adding people on LinkedIn, messaging them, commenting on other people's posts, doing social networking, and then also adding value to people. Maybe you help someone with something, right? But you have to, this is networking, very, very important. Creating content and outreach. At least spend half an hour to 1 hour every day creating some content that you publish, writing articles, creating videos, posting some interesting content on LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. Outreach, creating content and outreach, very important. Learning new skills and knowledge. Every day you should spend at least 1 hour, learning the skills which will make you a good lawyer and the kind of work. If you want to be a tech lawyer, then spend at least 1 hour learning skills and knowledge related to technology law. If you do this for even 1 year, your life will change. You will become amazing. Most people complain, I'm not getting a job, blah, 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 all of that, but they don't learn new skills and knowledge. If you keep learning new skills and knowledge for 1 hour every day, you will become amazing. In 1 year, 2 years, you will be uncomparable. You will be amazing. Writing. You have to write. Make a habit of writing articles and publishing. Right? Very important. What kind of internships should you pursue? You should intern at startups, law firms, think tanks. Do you guys know what is a think tank? Anybody here knows what is a think tank? What is a think tank? Can you give me an example of a think tank? How to do social work in technology law. Maybe you can run a free helpline. Maybe you can, Center of Civil Society is an example of a think tank. That's true. You can work with think tanks. You can, your friends all can come together, do a survey, create some research, publish, start a blog, start a lobbying group. Many things you can do as a social work around technology. Podcast, brainstorming, whatever. Yes, think tanks. You can intern with think tanks. You can intern with in-house legal teams, basically the legal department of a company, right? All these things. Also, you can do paralegal work, right? Paralegal work with US lawyers, with US tech companies. This is a very good idea. Okay. How to go about things if you want to work abroad. Technology law gives you unique opportunity. Vithi legal policies are example of think tank, correct? Prakhar gave this answer. So how to go about things if you want to work abroad? If you want to work abroad, just today I was talking to someone online and she told me that for 1 year she has been working with a US lawyer, helping that US lawyer with research and administrative work. Now she has applied for H-1B visa and her employer is sponsoring her to come to the US. And this happens all the time. If you're doing a great job sitting here, helping a US lawyer, then going to the US, getting sponsored for visa becomes very, very easy. Okay. The idea is to do paralegal work sitting here, helping the US lawyer. And all the tasks that I told you, if you know these tasks, then getting that job with a US lawyer as a paralegal is cakewalk. If you know all these 10 things I told you, that's it. It is no problem for you to get a job with a US lawyer, technology lawyer as a paralegal. Okay. And then once you start doing great work, impressing them with your work, it is not a big deal for you to get a job in the US. Okay. They will sponsor you for visa to come there and work there with you. And you may not want to even go there and work because sitting in India, you can earn significantly more. By the way, by doing paralegal work with US lawyers, you can earn more money than you can earn from even top Indian law firms by being an associate there. By being an associate with 4, 5, 6 years of experience, a lawyer can earn 2-3 lakhs per month. Okay, in India, if you're working with a top Indian law firm, tier 1 law firm, 2-3 lakhs. But if you are working for 5-6 years in this manner, doing paralegal work with US lawyers, very soon you will be earning more than them. It won't take 5-6 years. You in 2-3 years you might be earning more than them. Okay, because you will be earning in dollars. So Akash is right. Okay. And it is said that it is easier to earn $1 than it is to earn a rupee. And it is very true in my own experience also. Okay. Can I learn tech law if I do not know coding or much about technology? There is no connection between learning coding and learning technology law. I can't code. I have no engineering skills, but I know technology law, and we have had taught hundreds of students in technology law. You don't have to worry about this. From what year can we work as paralegal with foreign lawyers? From your first year, even before first year. I have students who have not even joined a lawyer already doing this, already assisting lawyers. Okay. So there is nothing like that. There is no exam to qualify, nothing. But you should know what you are going to do. Right? If you can't do anything, you say, I don't know what to do. Can you tell me what I can do for you? It's not going to work like that. You better know what you're going to do and how you're going to help the lawyer if you want to do paralegal work. Okay, how can 𝗧𝗏 help? Now I have given you many reasons to learn technology law, right? You have understood what is to be learned, why it has such a great future, how many amazing things you can do, how you can spend your time in a productive way in college, right? But there are problems, there are obstacles like where am I going to learn all these things. Second is that how do I get internship, can you help? In the last 3 days, our placement office has placed more than 10-12 people have got internship in the last 3 days alone, right? People have started to get work from you. We have started to help people in 𝗬𝗵, not in 𝗬𝗵. In 𝗬𝗵, they have cleared exam. Okay, so we have a course for training people for 𝗬𝗵 exam, right? 𝗬𝗵 law officer, the exam happens. Someone was saying, I want to work in the government sector. So for government sector, you have to first clear the exam. And in 𝗬𝗵, there are 3 phases: phase 1, phase 2, and then there is interview, right? So around 𝗬𝗵 lawyers are highly paid. Their pay scale is around 1,05,000, I think, per month. Okay, if you work in 𝗬𝗵 in Mumbai, so it's very good. So basically, we had 40 students who appeared in the exam, and more than 25, I think 25, 26 of our students have got through the first phase, right? And I think not more than 100 lawyers across the country have cleared the exam. And out of that, 25, 26 are 𝗧𝗏 students. So very, very good strike rate. Okay. That is in that exam. But in law, we are also helping people to get internships and jobs, right? People have got jobs in very good, like one of our students just got internship with Amazon legal team. There are 3 people last week who got internship in tier 1 law firms. More than 3, 4, 5 people got internship in tier 1 law firms, right? So our placement office is helping with all of these things. By the way, so we can help you with all of these things: writing article, publishing, everything, right? Tomorrow also I have a webinar, guys. How many of you would like to attend this? Let's see what webinar I have tomorrow. Tomorrow my webinar is on, so I'm going to talk about international legal career in technology law tomorrow. Okay, is technology law a good choice, and what can you do? I'm going to talk about it. So how many of you are planning to attend this? Would you like to attend this webinar that I have tomorrow? Right, and I also have a workshop on 31st where I'm going to teach you about paralegal work, how to earn money by doing paralegal work. How can we contact your placement team? Why do you want to contact our placement team? Our placement team helps our students. Are you a student of ours? We cannot help anyone and everyone, right? So if you want to join our course, we can help. Our placement team will help you at that point, right? So this is but until then you have our free webinar. You can attend and learn more from here. I have a 3-hour workshop where I'm going to teach how to get paralegal work from foreign tech lawyers and how much you can earn and how to earn money basically by doing this. In a webinar, it's normally 1 hour and it is a little less shallow. But in a workshop, we do 3 hours, right? 3 hours of session. So in 3 hours, we can go much deeper in the topic. So I will show you on this day, for example, how to make your profile, how to make a pitch to people from whom you want the work, and so on. Like I will hands-on show you more details. And workshops are 3 hours, so I have much more time. But it's also free, so you can attend. Right. So how many of you would like to attend our workshop on 31st? Have you registered already? Is 𝗧𝗏 applying to Y Combinator? Yes, I have to make my application. I haven't made it yet. Started making, but not getting enough time, but I'll do it soon enough. Okay, so how many of you have registered for our next workshop? How to get paralegal work from foreign tech lawyers and how much can I earn? How many of you want to attend this? Yes, no, maybe tell me in the chat. No, tell me registered or not registered in the chat. Have you registered? Yes, no? Go register quickly. Okay. All right. Did you benefit from today's webinar? How many of you benefited from this webinar today? Was it useful? How much will you rate it? Did you benefit? Do you want to keep in touch with me in the future? If you have any questions in the future, perhaps that you want to ask me, right? You might need guidance in the future. So the best way to do that, to keep in touch with me, is to follow me on Twitter. I am sharing on my Twitter profile with all of you. Follow me on Twitter immediately. And if you don't have a profile on Twitter, please create a Twitter profile, because Twitter is the greatest platform for lawyers to network with their potential clients, potential employers, US startups, US lawyers. You can easily connect with them on Twitter. Okay. So I will highly recommend that you join Twitter if you have not already, and stay in touch with me on Twitter. On LinkedIn, I cannot add any more people. You can follow me on LinkedIn if you want, but I can't add new friends on LinkedIn because I have already crossed I have more than 42,000 people following me on LinkedIn, and I can have maximum 30,000 connections on LinkedIn, which I have crossed. So I can't add you on LinkedIn, but you can follow me on LinkedIn and you can connect with me on Twitter over here. Now I am going to answer questions. Anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer. I see 2 people have raised their hands. Do you want to ask any questions? Why don't you write on chat what question you want to ask, and maybe I can give you access. Any questions anybody has that you want me to answer? I don't see any questions. People who are watching this on YouTube also, you can ask me questions if you like. All right, I don't see any questions, so wrap this up. Take care, guys. How to become the head of Project Maverick? Apply to Shweta Devgan, or you can send me an application also. You can start. I mean, maybe you will not start as a head in the beginning. You can start doing something, and then once we know you better and understand how your potential, then we might accept you for that role. Question Q&A. The check Q&A. What questions are there in Q&A? Can a non-NLU student become a technology lawyer? Yes, Trinath, absolutely. You can become a technology lawyer, right? What other question? Law after BTech, right choice. It's a good choice, very good choice. BTech people have amazing opportunities in law, in IP law, in patent law, in technology law. Fantastic opportunities. You have very good choice. Second year of third year course. Virtual internship is fine if you are actually working with a real lawyer and they're giving you work and you're doing it and giving it to them, then it's fine. But if you are doing virtual internship on Inside Sherpa and all this software, where it is just meant to give you a virtual tour of the law firm and an idea of the kind of work they do, that is not enough. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Vikram asking, should I start internship? Start interning with startups, Vikram. Okay, you can find good independent lawyer and work under him also. But if you want to do technology law, it will be very hard to find such lawyer. So you should intern in technology startups. Demotivating the people who have already done their degree still jobless. Please let us know what is left for us. Ankita, you have no problem at all. Don't worry. You just have to learn skills and you have to apply for jobs. You'll get it. You can speak to 𝗨𝗪𝗀. They'll counsel you and guide you how you can step by step prepare. Right? So don't worry about it. Any other question? What sources will you recommend to be updated with tech laws? Google Alert. Google Alert will be very useful. Follow 𝗫𝗍𝗓's blog. We keep updating a lot of 𝗫𝗍𝗓's blog has a lot of technology law related updates, so you can follow that. There is a blog called Ars Technica, Ars Technica. And you can find technology law blogs, Google technology law blogs, and you'll find a lot of options. All right, Google Alert, right? Read up on Google Alert, set up Google Alert. Google Alert, you will find. How can we gain experience to apply to UK firms? I am in second year now. How can I talk about digital marketing internship experience in my application? So what my suggestion will be is that you intern with Indian startups and then UK startups. Use your Indian startup experience and good testimonials to apply to UK startups and do remote work with them in UK startups. When you prove yourself with UK startups, then you'll be able to get a job in UK. A passage in CLAT 2020 came from 𝗦𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗆 blog. That's true. 𝗦𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗆 blog is ours. 𝘂𝗫𝑐𝑂. I mean, I started 𝗦𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗆 blog when I was in college, law school, in my 4th year. That time I started 𝗦𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗆 blog. Now it is very big. It has 20 lakh readers per month. Famous Indian tech lawyers. One of them is Anirudh Rastogi from Ikigai is very well known. Then who else? Punit Vasin is well known. She's my friend and she was a student also at one point of time, many years back. Right when she graduated from GLC, she did a course with us. Now she's a very successful cyber lawyer, Punit Vasin. So Punit Vasin, Anirudh Rastogi, I'll say these are very well known technology lawyers. Matthew Chacko from SpiceRoute agreed. Matthew Chacko, we interviewed him on 𝗏𝗏. On this YouTube channel, you can find his video. Matthew Chacko. Yeah. One of the Trilegal founding partners, also very well known. One of the Trilegal has a very good technology team, actually, to think of it. All right. Thank you everyone for joining us. Take care. Have a great day. Have a great night, in fact.